You wanna be a champion? Yeah. You need to work like a champion.
Mbilli says he views this as a 50-50 fight. What percentage chance do you give him to beat you in this fight?
0.
Why do you say 0? Nothing he does impresses you?
No, he's a good fighter. But my mind is 0%.
And you
I think it's perfect timing for me to take this fight because everybody has saw his 3-4 last fight. He's still dangerous, but less dangerous than 5-10 years ago.
You think you still get a lot of credit for getting the victory over Canelo because, as you say, you feel he's not as good as he once was?
Of course. Because, you know, maybe not before Crawford too, his last fight with Munguia, with Berlanga, like 10 or 5 years ago, he can stop boxing like a fighter like Berlanga or Munguia, and everybody have seen that he slowed down. He don't have any like that snap, that type of power he had with Golovkin or another fighter.
Be coming back, or he is coming back, and I saw the little, Mbilli, Mbilli fight that he's gonna be fighting. He gonna piece Mbilli ass up. Ooh, he gonna piece him up. I like Mbilli, tough guy, come bring the pain. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. But Canelo gonna catch and shoot on his ass all night long. Uppercuts, hooks. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Ooh, it's gonna be bad.
See that shit? You guys wanna see that? I'm not trying to be a dick, bro, but at the end of the day, nobody wants to see that shit. Who the fuck is Mbilli? You know what I mean? I think he would have been better if he would have fought Diego Pacheco. You know what I mean? Diego Pacheco has a way bigger name than Mbilli. But I don't know, bro. You guys keep asking me about it. This is a monster weekend. This weekend, we have great fights. Not only do I have it's a great main event. The whole card is stacked. You got Oscar Duarte, Resendiz, Munguia. It's gonna be a hell of a weekend.
I know Mbilli. We co-promote Mbilli with a Canadian company, and I look for Mbilli to not only beat Canelo, but to knock him out.
You think Mbilli's gonna stop Canelo?
Yes.
Coming straight off elbow rehabilitation without a warm-up fight, Saul Canelo Alvarez is stepping into the ring with the most dangerous high-volume pressure engine in the super middleweight division. Odds makers still have the Mexican King as the favorite, but elite trainers, rival champions, and Hall of Fame promoters are whispering that a
Canelo spots a heavyweight. The heavyweight's going soft. Okay, maybe not. He threw a hard left hook trying to catch Canelo. Canelo's pissed. Jab. Crazy size difference.
Canelo now entered the phase where he can't damage his legacy because we know he's past his prime, right? Yeah. So these are gravy years. Right? Like anything he does, you give him credit. And if he doesn't accomplish it, okay, whatever.
That's a fact.
Or is it, look, Canelo, for example, has one of the greatest chins of all time. What if we see him get stopped, right? Like, can he damage his legacy right now?
Oof.
Can he only add to his legacy or can he also damage it?
Absolutely, Max, he can damage his legacy. I know people say, well, fighters off their, past their prime. Let's be real, Roy Jones Jr. tarnished his legacy. It's not fair to Roy necessarily, but when you have a whole generation of people who've only seen Roy getting brutally knocked out by guys like Denis Lebedev and the sort, it's not good. It's not good optics.
This is why, can I tell a real quick story?
Go ahead.
I was my first HBO fight I think I ever worked, Mayweather and Gaddy. And Roy was doing the announcing ringside and I was up with, doing the desk, the podium, and from the host position. And I mentioned, someone talked about Roy, and I said he was damaged goods. Roy was so mad. I was like, Roy Jones mad at me. And I also love Roy. But he didn't like the way it came out, I understand. But what I told Roy, and I meant it at the time, I'm protecting your legacy. I don't want people to think that the Roy Jones who fought Glenn Koff Johnson was really Roy Jones.
Right.
Stop. Yeah. There was a clear mark. After which, when he came back down from heavyweight, I don't look at any of that stuff.
That's true.
That wasn't Roy.
Yeah,
Roy was before he came back down to heavyweight, right? So that's what I'm saying about Canelo.
Yes.
We see he is not the same.
Yeah.
So if he loses, come on, guys. But if he accomplishes more, what it says is he was so great at his best, he's still able to do this.
Yeah, it's all gravy years. I mean, see a guy, he's an 11-time world champion across 4 different weight classes. Of course, he's gonna go into like I said, the Boxing Hall of Fame. I mean, all these different things that he's already achieved, everything right now is great.
but he can't hurt his legacy if he tries to stay around too long.
Because it's the image that people remember.
Of course.
But yeah, how do you feel about his return against Stoke?
Canelo's not taking an easy fight, is he?
Yeah.
And Mbilli's no pushover.
Yeah.
And Mbilli's a very, very good fighter. Tough, come forward. I believe Canelo's gonna have his hands full for sure.
Yeah,
but Canelo's Canelo.
Yeah.
You know, definitely one of the best fighters in the world.
Yeah, brilliant.
Proven to be, you know, one of the best. Nothing but good things to say about Canelo and Mbilli again. Good fighter, and I'll definitely be tuning in for that one.
Yeah. Brilliant.
One legendary promoter even predicted a brutal end to Canelo's reign, leaving the fight world completely divided on who.
Now, you've probably watched Canelo for years in some of his biggest fights, but that night, did you get a chance to watch after your fight and really examine his fight with Crawford?
Not a lot. We was in the dress room, and we was watching a little bit, but not a lot.
Did you see, you know, some people said after the fight, obviously, a lot of critics were like, maybe he's finally getting to his age. You know, he started very young, you know, as a teenager. He's not old in terms of age, but he started much earlier than most fighters would go pro. Did you see anything in yourself as a fighter that said, you know what, I see might be a little bit of a step off?
Of course. He started very young. I think he was 16 years old. 15 years old. He have a lot of fight now. I think his performance is going down, but he's still very dangerous. I think it's perfect timing for me to beat.
Yeah, what do you think about him announcing his fight with Mbilli? What do you think about the fight itself?
I don't like the fight. Come on, I mean, Mbilli, come on. I just don't like the fight, especially if it's not going to be here in the U.S. Again, we have to watch a fight at 9 a.m. I'm just not a fan of that, you know. I would have loved Canelo to fight here in Vegas in September, you know, with all his fans, you know, cheering him on. That's what fight fans want to experience, you know, big events. The fighter wants to have thousands of people cheering him on, and so it's, I don't know, it's, I think if you think about it, look, every fighter has its peak, and then you start to, you know, see the exit clear. And you know, Canelo's, you know, Canelo is right there. You know, he's a few fights away from retirement. So I don't blame him for taking the money and running. I don't blame him. I mean, smart guy, but I do feel that he has a few good fights left in him against great fighters. Not Mbilli.
Christian Mbilli isn't just another name on a resume. He is an undefeated wrecking ball with 24 knockouts to his credit. What makes the French Cameroonian contender so terrifying isn't a single punch, but an overwhelming output that drowns opponents in the championship rounds. While other fighters pace themselves, Mbilli throws punches and
Christian, you made a comment about his age. Do you feel he's slowing down? Do you feel this is the right time to get a big victory over Canelo?
Of course, I think it's perfect timing for me to take this fight because everybody has saw his 3-4 last fight. He's still dangerous, but less dangerous than 5-10 years ago.
You think you still get a lot of credit for getting the victory over Canelo because, as you say, you feel he's not as good as he once was?
Of course.
In his last 4 fights, he's fought a combined record of 160 and 0. That's still a very good record. Did you say you saw him slowing down in his last fight against Terence Crawford? What makes you think that he was slowing down?
Because, you know, maybe not before Crawford too. His last fight with Munguia, with Berlanga, like 10 or 5 years ago, he can stop boxing like a fighter like Berlanga or Munguia, and everybody have seen that he slowed down. He don't have any like that snap, that type of power he had with Golovkin or another fighter. It can happen.
Christian, you made comment about his age. Do you feel he's slowing down? Do you feel this is the right time to get a big victory over Canelo?
Of course, I think it's perfect timing for me to take this fight because everybody has saw his 3-4 last fight. He's still dangerous, but less dangerous than 5-10 years ago.
Do you think you still get a lot of credit for getting the victory over Canelo because, as you say, you feel he's not as good as he once was?
Of course, of course.
In his last 4 fights, he's fought a combined record of 160-0. That's still a very good record. Did you say you saw him slowing down in his last fight against Terence Crawford? What makes you think that he was slowing down?
Because maybe not before Crawford too. His last fight with Munguia, with Berlanga, like 10 or 5 years ago, he can stop boxing like a fighter like Berlanga or Munguia, and everybody have seen that he slowed down. He don't have any like that snap, that type of power he had with Golovkin or another fighter. I don't know.
The timing of this showdown couldn't be trickier for the reigning champion. Alvarez has spent 2 decades fighting at the highest professional level, and thousands of hard rounds leave a mark on anyone. Recently, physical warning signs have started creeping into his performances. His legs don't bounce the way they used to, and his offense often comes in short.
I think I have a good style to beat Canelo because I'm amazing. I'm amazing fighter. I have good power, good speed. I have all ability to beat Canelo and win this fight.
So what will your strategy be in this fight?
I will not change anything. I will keep my style, throw punch, put pressure, and we're gonna see if he can deal with this.
What did you think about Canelo's performance against Terence Crawford?
It was a good fight. I'm not a big fan of running boxer, but it was a good performance for Crawford. That's it.
Did you see anything in that fight from Canelo that maybe you can expose? Any weaknesses?
Yes.
Such as?
I will not give any details, but you're gonna see.
Originally, you were slated to come back in February. You were sidelined with an injury. Tell us what happened, the injury, and how has the recovery been?
Oh, I have injuries, a lot of injuries in the past, obviously, because I have a lot of fights and a lot of training camps, a lot of work for a long time. So, and I never take care about my body. I always, no, it's good. I can handle this. One more fight. I never take care about my body, and I think this is a moment when I need to stop a little bit, make that stop, and take care about my body, and that's what I did. And I did that surgery in my elbow, and things went well. So I feel better. So I'm gonna be ready for September.
A lot has changed over the last 2 years in the landscape of the super middleweight division. What are your views on it right now?
I don't know yet. I just know I'm gonna fight in September 12th, but I wanna fight world champions. So that's the idea.
That vulnerability is exactly why Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum dropped a bombshell that sent shockwaves through the sport. Arum publicly declared that this matchup marks the end of the road for Alvarez. In his eyes, Mbilli's relentless tenacity is the absolute worst possible style for an older champion who relies on fun and conquer the sport.
What left is there for you to accomplish? What more
much.
is there for you to achieve? You've done it all.
I pretty much accomplished everything, pretty much.
So then why are you fighting?
Because I love boxing. And if you look back, every time I fight, I break some records.
Yeah, of course.
And that's my motivation.
Of course. Legacy. They say the hardest thing to do for any athlete, not just boxers, is to walk away. I've seen it in football. see it in basketball, baseball, hockey, you name it. We've seen it with some of the greats.
And you feel it.
Yeah, I feel it, no doubt. I got
you
metal
know
in
the
my
feeling.
knee, metal in my arm. But I think about seeing an older Mike Tyson. I'm not talking about the Netflix Mike Tyson. I'm talking about the end of his career. An older Muhammad Ali, older Evander Holyfield. I remember seeing some of the greats still boxing because maybe they had to. How do you know when it's time to walk away? How will you know?
My body is gonna tell me.
Yeah, my body told me, that's why I retired.
When I'm there in the gym and I take a lot of punches and then my body doesn't respond in the same way, then I know. I'm not gonna go and fight with that kind of training. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Because in the train, you can see everything in the training camp.
Yeah, you can see everything. You feel everything.
You feel how your body responds or not, no? But I feel good. But it's not much left for me too.
Yeah.
For me, I have other things to accomplish outside of boxing.
Do you think Canelo is on the way out at the end of his career, given how he looked against Terrence Crawford? And what do you make of his fight against Mbilli?
I know Mbilli. We co-promote Mbilli with a Canadian company, and I look for Mbilli to not only beat Canelo but to knock him out.
You think Mbilli's going to stop Canelo?
Yes.
Canelo hasn't really been stopped in his career.
I know, but Mbilli has the punching power to stop him.
Arum isn't the only major figure seeing the writing on the wall. Jose Benavidez Sr. explicitly claimed that Canelo's era is done, noting that his reflexes, speed, and lower body strength have noticeably slipped. He believes Mbilli brings the exact freshness required.
It's about how your body doesn't respond the same way it used to. That happens with age. How have you adjusted your training style at this point in your career?
It's different because I was training in a rustic way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Different
grew
style,
up,
different conditions.
I grew up with that.
Yeah.
Right now, that's science is different.
Science is different.
You know, and I'm adapting myself to that.
Smarter about your body.
It's smarter. Because before we run a lot of kilometers. You know what I mean? And so your body gets tired at some point. But right now, I adjusting myself to the modern era.
Doesn't make sense. That's not a real fight. So real fighters fight real fights.
But since you know how the date is opening up, would you like to, cement September and May for you guys?
Taking over. May and September, we're taking over.
Jose, do you think that was strategic of them to try to, wait for this weekend, right? First he announced that he's coming to the fight, then he announced, his next fight, kind of seeming to ride the coattails a little bit of David?
I think he's chasing cloud, to be honest, to promote his fight and do more appearances. We know where Canelo's going. He was pound for pound. He's not even ranking the rankings right now. So I think we're all going to go through that stage, and I think his era is done, Reflexes, speed, power, legs are not there. So we see a Canelo declining little by little. And now he's trying to get some clout to promote his fight.
With his skills diminishing, like in your opinion, how does the Mbilli fight play out? Because Mbilli is a tough guy, right?
Meanwhile, Brian Bomac McIntyre, the mastermind behind Terrence Crawford, issued a chilling warning of his. Bomac stated that even if Canelo survives the 12-round war, the physical toll of absorbing Mbilli's constant.
In the ring, when you spoke to him, did you get the feeling that he wanted to do it again? In other words, were you surprised ultimately when he announced his retirement?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Yeah.
I'm surprised because as a fighter, we want a rematch, right? We want to show it again. And I always did good in my rematch. And yeah, surprised me a lot. But it is what it is. It's his life, his career, and I can do nothing with that.
Before he announced the rematch, did you guys speak? Was there any talks of maybe trying to do it and then he eventually announced the retirement? In other words, were there any negotiations or any talks whatsoever about trying to do the rematch?
Right after the fight.
Right after. And how did that go initially?
No, I don't know if they say to him.
Yeah.
But right after the fight, we talked with Turki Lashi. We talked about it, but anything happened.
Yeah.
Like you see.
What do you think? Do you think you ever fight him again or no?
I hope so. I got the feeling. I got the feeling that he's gonna come and fight again.
You feel that way? Because he's adamant. Like, I spoke to him 2 weeks ago. He says, no, I'm good. And everyone...
You need to respect that.
Yeah.
If he's out, right? But I hope not. I hope he come again for one more.
You know, it's no walk in the park for Canelo. I promise you that. And Billy is a fight motherfucker. And he fights almost to the fucking end, all with damn near, well, all the way to the end. Will his skills pull through, or will Canelo's skills pull through? That must be seen. So, yeah, of course, the books making gonna have Canelo winning. If he wins, it's probably gonna take a toll on you. That motherfucker and Billy will fight you toe to toe. Do Canelo want that at this age, at this time? Yeah, probably not. Dude, is he getting made to fight at fights like that with that guaranteed money? Probably so. So, either or. You know, we waiting and licking our chops.
Even legendary Mexican trainer Don Nacho Beristain voiced concerns about how Canelo's late-round stamina.
I know Mbilli. We co-promote Mbilli with a Canadian company, and I look for Mbilli to not only beat Canelo, but to knock him out.
You think Mbilli's gonna stop Canelo?
Yes.
Mbilli is a C fighter at best. And I heard Timothy Bradley saying that Canelo Alvarez should stay away from him. Canelo Alvarez, this is the perfect guy for him. He's an all-action fight. Straightforward, no special effects. Canelo loved those fights. You see the Ryder fights, the Jaime Munguia fights, Triple G3, Berlanga. Okay, this is the type of matchmaking Canelo Alvarez wants. And Mbilli is one-dimensional, too much fat on his punches. Yes, he's very physical, but that's about it. He doesn't set up his punches well. His footwork is ordinary. His stamina is questionable. And his biggest attribute may just be smoke and mirrors. He's not swatting as big or as hard as people saying. Pull.
Yet treating Mbilli like an invincible juggernaut overlooks a massive crack in his armor. When he was dragged into a brutal war against Lester Martinez, his defensive flaws were put on full display. During that grueling 10-round slugfest, Martinez refused to back down, matching Mbilli's fire with vicious uppercuts inside.
I don't think he's gonna beat Mbilli because I think Mbilli think brings too much of a pace, and one thing Canelo hates is the pace. But if God forbid he beats Mbilli, he'll trap that belt again. He'll go fight Eubank. He'll go do like another tour with the belt, you know, and just trap it. Like not give anybody any of the good fighters a shot at it. So, you know, I mean, and people like that, like, you just gotta move on, dude. Like, I mean, you had your career. It was a good career. Congratulations. It was good. Get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? Like, because by existing, you ruined it. You ruined the. Wait, look how the super middleweight division has blossomed since this guy got beat. I said, which is yet another thing I was right. I said, somebody's got to beat this guy, free up the belts, so that this weight class, because guys didn't want to fight each other because everybody was hoping to get the call for Canelo. So they didn't want to take risk fights because the guy you get beat, you're not going to fight Canelo, right? So everybody's just hovering around, and this guy then fights the second-tier opposition, and like these guys are still hovering around. They're not fighting each other in the meantime either. You know what I mean? As soon as this guy got beat and Crawford vacated the titles and they all became free, the entire weight class is starting to fight each other. You know what I mean? Like you're seeing good fights. So, you know, if this guy starts winning belts again, you know, you're gonna have the same problem. I don't think he beats Mbilli. I mean, unless they rob Mbilli, which is always beat.
Speaking of Canelo, you think he beats Mbilli? Yeah, I think he's going. If Canelo's who he still is, I think he'll beat him easy work. I don't find Mbilli to be. Listen, he fought my brother Sergey Derenchenko. Sergey Derenchenko tore his bicep and still hurt him in the later rounds with one hand. Come on, man, like. And that dude fights. He fights right. He's right there on you. You know what I mean? Like, there's no really skill. It's just toe-to-toe type stuff, and that's what Canelo loves. He loves a fighter that stays right there and fight. So have you spoken to Canelo since y'all fight at all?
One time last year, I seen him at the gala, and he looked at me, he was smiling. I hugged him, and he was like, "Yo, beautiful, campeón." He was telling me like, "Champ." He was like, and he kept telling me discipline.
Respect. You think he'll still be around when you get back up there and you touch a belt?
Yeah, I think honestly, if we fight Munguia, we beat Munguia,
I think he'll give me a rematch.
That exact defensive loophole is why British super middleweight contender Hamza Shiraz went completely against the grain with his prediction. Speaking to Ring Magazine, Shiraz boldly stated that Canelo will knock him.
And you'll get up for it?
Yeah. Ooh, Canelo, I don't care how much he's up for. He's a 40 punch a round fight, you know? No, I mean 40 punches a round fight, yeah. And Mbilli, yeah, I mean he'll be way up for it, of course. And like I said, Mbilli brings a pace every time, you know. And although he is hittable and he's in the front door, he's also very difficult to dissuade mentally. He's very strong mentally. He wants to punish you. He wants to make you uncomfortable. And I don't know. I just don't think Canelo ever liked the pace even in his prime, let alone now, you know.
Do you think that frustrates David Benavides and Jose Senior, that those guys that the sport of boxing might have let them down?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think David is one of the best fighters in the whole sport.
Yeah, he is.
And I think they were trying to walk on eggshells, hoping that Canelo was going to give him a shot, you know. But you know, in reality, you know, he was never going to give him a shot. So they were trying to be a little bit respectful in the way they call him out. Like, I would have just dogged him because I knew he was, again, once you know he's not going to fight you anyway, just embarrass the guy, you know what I mean? Just keep dogging him and call him out for what he is, you know?
I don't believe that he's fully finished. I just think the last couple runs of opponents he had weren't beneficial to making him look as good as he normally does. Because listen, you had William Skull who was just running for 12 rounds, and then you've got Terence Crawford, not one of the greats, do you know what I mean? And it's just, I reckon that's all it was. I still think he's got it. I do still think Canelo's got it, and I believe we'll see that against Mbilli.
Do you reckon he'll do a job on him?
Yeah, I reckon he'll knock Mbilli out.
His logic is simple. Styles make fights. Because Mbilli marches straight forward and loads up on wide hooks without setting them up behind a disciplined jab, he plays directly into the traps Canelo has been setting for 20 years.
I don't think he's going to beat Mbilli because Mbilli, I think, brings too much of a pace, and one thing Canelo hates is a pace. But if God forbid this guy beats Mbilli, he'll trap that belt again. He'll go fight Eubank. He'll go do like another tour with the belt, you know, and just trap it. Like not give anybody any of the good fighters a shot at it. So, you know, I mean, and people like that, like, you just got to move on, dude. Like, I mean, you had your career. It was a good career. Congratulations. It was good. Get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? Like, because by existing, you ruined it. You ruined the way. Look how the super middleweight division has blossomed since this guy got beat. I said, which is yet another thing I was right. I said, somebody's got to beat this guy, free up the belts, so that this weight class, because guys didn't want to fight each other because everybody was hoping to get the call for Canelo. So they didn't want to take risk fights because you get beat, you're not going to fight Canelo, right? So everybody's just hovering around, and this guy then fights the second-tier opposition, and like these guys are still hovering around. They're not fighting each other in the meantime either. You know what I mean? As soon as this guy got beat and Crawford vacated the titles and they all became free, the entire weight class is starting to fight each other. You know what I mean? Like you're seeing good fights. So, you know, if this guy starts winning belts again, you know, you're gonna have the same problem. I don't think he beats Mbilli. I mean, unless they rob Mbilli, which is all pace for him. But yeah,
and you'll get up for it.
Yeah. Canelo, I don't care how much he's up for. He's a 40 punch a round fight, you know.
I'm talking about
No, I mean 40 punches a round fight, yeah. And Mbilli, yeah, I mean he'll be way up for it, of course. And like I said, Mbilli brings a pace every time, you know. And although he is hittable and he's in the front door, he's also very difficult to dissuade mentally. He's very strong mentally. He wants to punish you. He wants to make you uncomfortable. And I don't know. I just don't think Canelo ever liked the pace even in his prime, let alone now, you know?
Championship trainer Robert Garcia echoed that sentiment, reminding everyone that while this won't be easy, Alvarez has made a legendary career out of dismantling aggressive pressure fighters. When opponents march straight forward, they walk right into Canelo's elite counterpunching traps. Fighters like Edgar Berlanga, Jaime Munguia, and Jermell Charlo
I don't believe that he's fully finished. I just think the last couple runs of opponents he had weren't beneficial to making him look as good as he normally does. Because listen, you had William Skull who was just running for 12 rounds, and then you've got Terence Crawford, not one of the greats, do you know what I mean? And it's just, I reckon that's all it was. I still think he's got it. I do still think Canelo's got it, and I believe we'll see that against Mbilli.
Do you reckon he'll do a job on him?
Yeah, I reckon he'll knock Mbilli out.
You called Mexico versus the world. They finally announced it, but you said it about a month ago after the Benavides fight that it's going to be
huge, man. It's going to be awesome.
The first fight is obviously Mbilli Canelo.
I know, that's a good fight because Mbilli's tough, man. He's tough. He had a really good fight with Lester, and Lester is also a great fighter. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Canelo comes back after that beating he took, that loss he took. It's a close fight. I still favor Canelo, but it's not gonna be easy.
And Mbilli, again, like you said, tough guy. I saw him when he fought Lester and everything. Is that Bam going on?
No, not yet.
All right, cool. I saw when he fought Lester. I felt Lester could have done a couple things and he would have won that fight. But do you think Mbilli is the right opponent to bring Canelo back? Because I remember last time, even when the Crawford fight happened, you were not questioning, but you mentioned Canelo's want, Canelo's grit, Canelo's a drive for fighting. Do you think this is the type of fight?
Him taking this fight shows that he really wants to show. He could have taken another fight, a kickboxer like Usyk did.
Yeah.
He didn't. He's coming back against one of the best in the division, against the toughest guy for a world title. So I think he's hungry to prove that he's still up there, that he still belongs up there. So that's good. Got to give him respect for that, because he could have easily taken an easy comeback fight. Easy.
The psychological warfare leading up to this clash has only added fuel to the fire. During their breathtaking face-off in front of the pyramids of Giza in Egypt, the contrast in energy was unmistakable. Mbilli stood locked in, vibrating with intensity and openly
made a good fight. The style makes the fights, and they have perfect style to do that kind of fight. And I think they throw a lot of punches and they receive a lot of punches too. So that was a good fight.
If he comes to you right in front of you and just wants to slug it out and make this a mano fight, is that something you would welcome?
Yeah, why not?
He seems to be tailor-made for you. You heard Richard Schaefer say that styles make fights. You've gone 8 fights in a row without a KO. Is a 9th straight decision fine with you, or are you determined to get back on a knockout streak?
No, I just train and I do my best in the gym, and I go into the fight to try to knock out my opponent. But at the same time, I'm ready for everything.
Mbilli says he views this as a 50-50 fight. What percentage chance do you give him to beat you in this fight?
0.
Why do you say 0? Nothing he does impresses you?
No, he's a good fighter. But my mind is 0%.
And you said yesterday something that in 10 years, 20 years, he could never beat you. What makes you so confident about that?
No, like he say, it's the perfect time because I'm old and this and that. I say to him, if I have 50 years old, you can still not beat me. So, and this life, he cannot beat me.
He's gonna be surprised in September.
You feel like that's just...
You're gonna be surprised.
Be ready. You're gonna be surprised. In September, dis-le, en septembre, il va regretter d'être sur le ring. En septembre, il va regretter d'être sur le ring.
In September, you will regret being on that ring.
What?
Said that on September 12, you will regret to be on that ring.
Yeah.
I can understand that. But...
In September, you're gonna regret to be in the ring.
No. You will see different things.
You will see.
Hey, you will see different things. I'm not your opponent to come to France and all this and made it for you. Come on, bro.
I'm not Berlenga. I'm not Munguia. You're gonna.
No, and you don't go Golovkin. You know this and this and this and this.
But you don't have the same age now.
We will see.
Not some performance that Golovkin.
Like I say, if I'm 50 years old right now, you cannot beat me.
You're gonna see.
Okay.
In September, be ready.
We'll see.
See.
Hey.
Between Lester Martinez and Mbilli, I much rather him fight Lester Martinez. Both of them are similar in stature, but Lester Martinez is more of a boxer where he can give you chances of him pulling back and you can crack him. And Mbilli stays in your chest. He's a fucking tank. He stays in your chest. He squares up. He fights from the southpaw stance, left-handed stance. Hard to look good against guys like that, and a natural, bigger fighter. That's going to be a tougher fight for Canelo. And at this stage of Canelo's career, he doesn't like physical fights. He likes to impose his aura. He likes to impose his reputation. Guys to be intimidated. Ain't going to be Christian Mbilli. Mbilli has power, aggression, and he's ready for this moment, ready for the payday. It's going to be a tough fight for Canelo. Mark my words, man. Tough fight for Canelo.
And it's something else. It speaks to who Canelo still is, though. When you talk about a guy like Canelo Alvarez coming back against a guy like Mbilli, I mean, just lost by the skin of his teeth the last time out versus Martinez.
It was a draw.
It was a draw, exactly. But what do you think has to happen? And it's weird because it feels like he lost. But because I guess where Lester went on to achieve glory. But
What do you think that Canelo has to do to look good versus Mbilli? What do you think he should be working on right now to come back strong?
Look, man, the only way to make it an easy night against a style like Mbilli is boxing. Canelo's not a boxer. Canelo's not going to be moving. Canelo's a flat-footed fighter. He's an older flat-footed fighter with 75 damn professional fights. He's been fighting professionally since he was 15. He is war-torn. The last thing you want is to be war-torn, to have physical ailments, and be in there in a physical fight with an undefeated puncher that's hungry for this moment. You got to give it to Canelo for stepping up. They must have paid him a huge amount of money, that Saudi money, to step in with Mbilli. It's a dangerous fight for him, man. This is a dangerous, dangerous fight for Canelo.
Across social media and online forums, the fans are just as torn as the professionals. Debates on the boxing subreddit are catching fire, with thousands arguing over whether Canelo's timing can slow down a modern-day buzzsaw. Many die-hard supporters point to Canelo's granite chin, the same chin that absorbed the heaviest shots from prime Gennady Golovkin and Sergey Kovalev without flinching. Other fans are debating